Ladies and gentlemen, welcome today to the first premiere of the NASCAR 21 Ignition Career Mode on the channel. It is the Daytona road course, and there is the qualifying order for this one. I feel very confident about going into this racetrack despite it being a new track on the schedule, not running a full race here in either the custom schedule mode or the career mode. But a very good qualifying effort for Keegan Schneider, fifth after a promising debut, leading quite a few laps of the Daytona 500. Unfortunately, due to some glitches, we did not get to the end of the race. We got about 60 laps shy before running into an issue, but we led over 40 laps in the race, and I think it's looking pretty confident that maybe some similar speed could be on the horizon today. Maybe a rough start in both the custom schedule and the career mode, but we have only the second race coming up for the career mode. And if there's one thing I feel super confident on with this game right now is the super speedways and the road courses, and this is a road course, the first of 6 so far this season. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as this race highlights video will begin. Here's the starting lineup for your race at the Daytona road course here today. Joey Logano on the pole with Kevin Harvick on the outside pole in second. Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin in row number 2. There you see Keegan Schneider, Ross Chastain in row 3, Corey LaJoie and Chase Elliott in row 4, with Michael McDowell and Austin Dillon rounding out the top 10 in row number 5. Alex Hayden will take it away.
Alex Hayden here to bring you the action of this 3.6-mile road course at Daytona. This race is still fairly new to the NASCAR Cup Series schedule, so it could be a chance for a new name to find their way to victory lane. We've seen some drivers struggle and some succeed through practice and qualifying this weekend, but the race is where that effort comes to a head. Race is over. The cars and drivers are lined up and ready to go. Let's head trackside to get the engines fired for today's race.
Joey Logano sets the pace and leads the field to the green, and we are underway at the Daytona road course on NASCAR 21 Ignition Career Mode.
Keep moving forward. Stay left.
Big start, a little bit of contact into the first turn as the 48 of Schneider makes the pass on Chastain to hold on to 5th. Harvick tried to take a big move to the outside. Bubba Wallace nearly runs his team owner, Denny Hamlin, out into the grass after they ran side by side into the S's.
All clear.
That mistake by Wallace allows for Schneider to be able to pull clear for 4th place. So 1 spot gain on the opening lap, but Logano was super fast. He ended up winning that second session of qualifying. The first session was won by Chase Elliott. 4th in the first session for our driver Keegan Schneider, and ended up finishing 5th at the end of qualifying. 70 laps here. Not sure how far we can go on fuel with this being the first race on the channel in either the custom schedule season or the actual season mode, or I should say the career mode in this game. But right now the 48 car looking very sporty, and barring any glitches in this game, hopefully we can make it to the end. As of me recording this, this is going to possibly be the first attempt at trying to get a full race in here. But man, those top 3 cars really pulling away into oval 1 and 2 right now at Daytona, into the backstretch chicane, the first of 2 chicanes on the racetrack. I should say this is more of a bus stop. Bowman's gonna miss it. I should say Schneider's going to miss it, and Schneider's going to have to come to a complete stop before getting his car back rolling again. And this is going to drop him all the way back to the 12th position, it looks like, by the time he's going to get up to speed. Actually, 13th, Keselowski will get around now, and Joey Logano, Keselowski's teammate at Penske Racing, will lead the opening lap. So a rookie mistake for the rookie Schneider in the early going of this race. trying to pick the pace up, though, into the front stretch chicane. That's where he gained a lot of time in qualifying, and he'll get a pass back right there on Brad Keselowski.
Clear, clear.
Just going to have to hit his marks in the bus stop. Already one penalty on the opening lap, but Logano leads lap 1 as now more traffic is right in front of the 48 of Schneider.
Stay left, stay left.
Big move underneath the 20 car
Still there.
of Christopher Bell. He'll let him go in the
Clear,
S's. Schneider didn't want to go side by side through there.
Stay
Trying to
right.
outbreak the 20 of Bell this
All
time, and
clear.
he'll make a pass on him. A tight hairpin corner, down into the kink before heading into the International Horseshoe. Big bounce off the curbing there in the kink. That's going to send the 48 car really, really wide. That really messed that corner up. Saw a couple cautions at the Daytona 500. 2 to be exact, if I remember correctly. See if we get any in the Daytona road course. On throttle points, it seems like at oval 1 and 2, oval 3 and 4 is where he's going to lose a lot of time. Look at the 20 of Christopher Bell making the move to the high side. Passes the 48 car right back. 48 charging hard. This is going to be tough to go into the bus stop side by side here. He's going to let Bell go just a little bit. Bell's likely going to pull back away now. 48 just a little bit too far back to try and catch a draft. The infield area of the racetrack is definitely where Schneider seems to make his time up and why he was quick in qualifying, really from the front stretch chicane all the way through it, off the turtles.
Got one right.
And he'll make the pass back on Christopher Bell, getting back up to speed. He'll pull the block before they enter into turn 1. Turn 1 was a problem in the opening session of qualifying for Schneider. The second session, not so much. That's why he was able to pick up his times. But despite picking up the time, he was positioned back in the running order. Schneider looking to make a pass now on his teammate Kyle Larson. Entered really, really high, cuts the corner down. That was a great setup move by Schneider. But as he lacks the straightaway speed, it looks like Larson's going to beat him through the gearing. Into the kink, though, the 48 charges hard again, and he's going to look to outbreak the 5 car of Larson, and does, sliding the tires to the outside into the International Horseshoe. And he may stay with the 34 of McDowell, but McDowell blocks him off. That's okay, though, because the 48 was still able to make the pass on Larson and hold on and corner exit there. Now into the left-handed hairpin corner before getting back up onto oval 1 and 2. The 48 of Schneider is back inside the top 10 and trying to close on the 34 car of Michael McDowell. Gonna have to maybe try to make a block on the 5 of Larson. This is the spot that Bell was able to get around the 48. 48 to the outside to block Larson. Now into the bus stop. Bus stop slash backstretch chicane coming in pretty hot, really outbreaking the 34 in front of him. A little bit of tire smoke there as well. Going to be interesting to see if that will continue over the course of the day, but he's really not pushing the car all that hard into the braking zone, trying to take care of the tires. It's something I did not do with Christopher Bell in the custom schedule season at COTA. The tires were completely worn off. This is a hot 81-degree day, similar to what we had at COTA as far as temperatures. A lot of sun on the racetrack as well. McDowell checks up, and there's another pass made by the 48. So Schneider up to 9th, and he's not far behind Austin Dillon, within a couple car lengths down into turn 1. He did lock the brakes up that time, trying to keep it off the 3 car, and this is going to be a very hard pass to make on the outside, but what a power move by Schneider, the rookie, getting by a former Daytona 500 champion of Austin Dillon. Now he's going to try to outbreak his teammate, who is a road course ace of Chase Elliott, into the next hairpin corner on the right-hander. A 2-for-1 special in that set of corners to get the 48 back to 7th place. Fire Motorsports is Corey LaJoie right in front now. Great run into the kink. Hard into the International Horseshoe. A little bit too hard. And the 48 to the wall. Into the tire wall. Trying to get back onto the racetrack. 34 car of Michael McDowell gets into him in doing so, and now the 48 of Schneider is battling again for the 9th position on McDowell. Will hold on in front of him, but Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, and Corey LaJoie all got back by. I should say Chase Elliott, rather, not Kyle Larson. The other Hendrick Motorsports car had gotten back by. Very, very fortunate, but that little lockup and then getting into the grass only slid the car even more, making it way too hard to try and stop. 48 gets down into the bus stop. Great set of corners there as he tries to close on Austin Dillon once again. And these videos going to be about 40 minutes long in length, so just going to kind of break it up right here. We'll take that first break right now. You're watching NASCAR 21 Ignition Career Mode live on KRC.
Got one right.
So we are back, and there is problems already on lap number 11, coming to lap 12 for the 48 of Schneider, as he has blown a left front tire. Got into the tire wall earlier in the lap, falling all the way back to about 17th by the time he was able to get the car to pit lane. And now is in a pretty dire situation here. I'm trying to get this car fixed as much as they possibly can. They're going to make full repairs to the race car. The car will not completely be repaired because of the damage model in this game being pretty accurate. But just a tough break, pushing too hard. He was running in the 3rd position, pretty much all by himself. Wasn't trying to make a pass, wasn't trying to defend a pass. And obviously now some major issues. Making his way back up onto the racetrack. It says we're still low on fuel for some reason. I'm not sure why. It said we were low on fuel as we were going into the pit lane to pit, so I'm not sure, you know, what kind of a glitch that is. I'm hoping it's not a glitch at all. We just have to wait and see. Pretty strange though, because again, I just hit pit road. We haven't had, I mean, we didn't have a pit road glitch there. The car was running pretty fine. Still some smoke spewing out of the race car. That's not good. Might have to take some tape off the 48. And the good news is if we do somehow get a caution, Schneider is still on the lead lap. Joey Logano, though, is closing in, and obviously there's some damage to the 48. How much so is going to be the big issue. Wow, Logano just made a power move down to the inside before entering the bus stop. A little contact up to the 22, slid the tires there. 48 trying to stay with him. How much is that contact going to slow Schneider down? Being a lap down on lap 13 is not the ideal situation here. See what kind of speed he's got with the 22. Through the front stretch chicane, he gains a lot of that time back. Big bounce off the turtle, which ran him into the wall. That was a pretty good lick. Luckily, the right side of the race car is all right. Your chief saying to pit about 5 laps. That is not what Schneider wants. Tries to keep that pressure on Logano. Gonna start the corner pretty high. A little skatey. Locking the tires up just a tad. Tried to get the car to turn into the bottom, but he couldn't do it with the wheel lock. Really wanted to set Logano up there. He's got to pass him in this infield portion of the racetrack if he's going to want to get his lap back. Because Logano's likely going to shoot way ahead of him when they work back up onto the oval. Be a big passing opportunity here for Johnson in this corner, but he is not close enough to be able to get it done, and unfortunately He is going to lose a lot of time now to the 22 car. And I mean a lot of time here. Second place nowhere to be found. Logano started on the pole. He's led every lap so far and is just absolutely dominating the race right now. Johnson trying to brake pretty heavily into the bus stop, trying to gain as much time as he can. He did a great job getting through the bus stop that time. Now, he does have a little bit fresher tires, but the damage is slowing him down. It's almost kind of like an equalizer. Very unfortunate running third. It's just a self-inflicted wound. Went way too hard in that first corner off the exit of the S's. Big bounce off the turtle that time. Luckily, he's able to get the car to slow up. Another bounce off the turtle, but he closes quite a bit on Logano. That is definitely the best corner of the racetrack for the 48 car.
About 5 laps.
I'm scared that we're going to run out of fuel. We just pitted and took fuel, so that would be another game glitch. Why he's telling us we have to pit for fuel, but we need to stay out. Like, we just pitted for gas, and we put gas in the car. We took tires when we were buffing out the damages, so I'm not sure why we would have to pit exactly. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. We have no damage to the back of the race car, so it's not like the car can't hold as much fuel or anything like that. It was specifically hit to the left front of the race car. Schneider closes again on Joey Logano in the 22. So I don't think he quite beat him back to the gas there. Seemed pretty equal for the most part. Came back up onto the oval, but this is where Logano's got the acceleration to try and pull away. 48 is trying to take the lowest route all the way around. Not really trying to draft off the 22 of Logano necessarily. Into the backstretch chicane, or into this bus stop here on the Daytona super stretch. Here comes the 48. Oh man, a little wide. Almost missed it. Definitely lost some time. You can definitely tell he is pushing extremely hard, hugging the turtles again, just hoping it doesn't ricochet the car like it did a couple laps ago.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
I mean, he keeps saying 5 laps every time, so I'm guessing that we're all right on fuel for a while. I think it's just a game glitch in showing that. The car is definitely a lot more tighter with the damage. Maybe gonna have to loosen it up. Not sure how many stops you were gonna have to make in general in this race, so having to make that stop and making the full repairs. It's unfortunate though, because again, he fell back to 17th by the time he pitted, so he lost a lot of time on the racetrack. And here comes Schneider into the International Horseshoe, locked the tires up. Actually did get the car to turn despite locking the tires up there, and he's got to run on Logano. Into the hairpin, all over the back of the 22 car. Getting back to the gas, both cars kind of sliding around a little bit. That's what the 750 horsepower package will do with the low downforce as well as the 750 horsepower. But Schneider is definitely in a pretty good spot now to close in the bus stop and maybe have a chance to get back around him in the front stretch chicane. They're catching more traffic here, which will be passes for position, at least for the 48 car. He is all over the back of Logano. Great corner there to close in quite a bit. Just imagine, I mean, this is the speed the race car has. He has race-winning speed. But how is he going to be able to gain time on the 22 is going to be the big thing, and a lot of that could end up being lap traffic. Big bounce off the turtles into the side of Logano.
Clear.
We got cars on pit road at lap 15.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
Contact with Joey Logano from the 48 of Schneider. The Turtles, if it wasn't for the Turtles, he might have been in a great position to pass him there. Unfortunately, he didn't blow a tire. He got through the S's a little bit better than Logano. He's going to try to outbrake him into this U-turn. Right-handed U-turn. Great crossover by Logano. He gets back to the inside, and they're side by side. Logano just beats him back through the shifts. He'll stay in front into the kink. But a good run into the kink there by the 48. A little tap to the back of Logano now, just letting him know he is there. A wide entrance into the International Horseshoe to try and get the exit. Can't get back to that corner panel to side draft him though. Really deep into the next corner. Logano goes wide. You can definitely tell he was trying to get back to the gas as soon as he possibly could there. So hard to pass on road courses as it is, especially in the car with the cleanest air, which would be the leader, Logano. I have to imagine Joey's going to end up pitting here fairly soon. Again, it's really going to depend on how the lap traffic's going to be, and Johnson going to have to come to a complete stop. Complete stop coming for the 48 of Schneider.
Got one right. Clear, clear, clear.
That was very unfortunate that he had to do that, but he missed the bus stop, so accidentally downshifted there. I don't know why I hit circle. That's gonna cross in front too. Well, Logano might have hit that time. It's tough to tell. This was the front stretch chicane. First the back stretch chicane, now the front stretch chicane. Problems all over the place for the 48. Third penalty he's had to serve already in the first 17 laps of the race. Continue the developing story in this battle. But we'll take another jump cut. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. You're watching NASCAR 21 Ignition Career Mode at the Daytona Road Course live on KRC. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Schneider just pit the last time by. This is the first lap after pitting. Cycled out in the 28th position behind William Byron. He has since passed Byron and now just Buescher, as you saw right there. He's working on Quinn out for 25th as they head into that hard 90, or I should say hard U-turn. After exiting the S's. But obviously pressured tires here for the 48. He was able to go 17 laps on his fuel tank. Didn't want to stretch it any further, not knowing if he was going to be pushing it at risk of running out of gas.
All clear, all clear.
As of right now, looking very, very interesting up to this point. As far as, well, what could go down in this race? Does Schneider have any sort of a shot to at least get back inside the top 10? Because I think it's reasonable. He got up to 9th place before he pit. The field was very spaced apart. It's just a matter of, you know, are they going to have to pit, or is he going to have to pit one extra time compared to them when he hit pit road? So you see the 17 of Chris Buescher, who just got ran into the back of that time by Schneider. That really held the 48 of Schneider up in the bus stop that time. He's got to kill his speed in oval 3 and 4 here as well, and Byron's going to get to the back bumper. He's going to look high. Schneider puts a block on his teammate. Exterior of the racetrack right here into the front stretch chicane. Big bounce off the turtle. Lets the car drift wide. Now he's going to try to get some draft off the 17 car in front of him with Chris Buescher. Pulls out of line. Maybe going to try to make the pass. Big block though. 17 taking the line away. The 48 that time. I don't think he appreciated the contact perhaps. They're trying to arc the S's off now. He's going to go really hot into the next turn. He's going to start off on the outside. He might actually try to make a pass on the outside. That'd be impressive if he can hang on. Off the curbing, still side by side. Buescher on the inside, but that was impressive enough just to stay there. Into the kink. Oh my goodness, they made it side by side into the kink. I didn't think that was possible. Not unless they would have made contact. They didn't though. Big crossover by the 48. Leads him back to the gas and completes the pass on Chris Buescher. Fresher tires prevailing there. Even with a little bit more damage. Schneider took it to lap 29 before pitting. I should say lap 28 before pitting. 28 to 29. And it's just going to be really, really interesting on how this is all going to unfold here as this race progresses. Did a great job keeping Buescher behind him that time. Into the side of Quinn Helm.
One left. Clear.
Basically moved Halp up out of the way, and they make contact again at oval 3 and 4.
All right, hold your line. Clear.
That stalled the momentum of the 48 car out. Not only with the contact in the bus stop, but as well the contact exiting the bus stop. 0-0 of Quinn Halp.
Car right.
Blast right back by and beating him through the shifts. We got some green flag pit stops going on right now. This maybe is going to help the 48 car. Cars coming out of the pit lane. They're able to take that shortcut, though, with the excess road. They're not able to continue the speeds up quite as high. Not sure who's going to cycle out around the 48 of Schneider. Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch right there. Schneider going to be able to outbreak Kurt Busch, who was trying to get up to speed. Desperately tried to make a pass on it quickly before Busch got up to speed and did. Scored 20th, but there's a lot of cars in front of him that still have to pit. You would think the Busch brothers would have top 10 performing race cars, and now Schneider has just backed it into the wall, or put it back into the wall. It's the same corner he put it in the wall earlier in the race. The left front tire is down. Unfortunate circumstance once again, and then he gets clipped by the 53. According to the crew chief, the tire was down at least. I would have to imagine that is still the case. It'd be the left front if it is. Really hard to tell right now. I guess we'll... yeah, it's got to be down. I mean, he's just getting blown by race cars. How much more is that going to slow the race car down as well? Yep, tire is down on the 48. Trying to find some pavement or something right there. The pavement's going to run out. He's going to be out in the grass. Gonna have to limp it back to pit road again.
Clear.
The only good news here for Schneider, as he makes his way to pit road, it'll be only minimal repairs this time around, but the only good news in this is that it is in the middle of green flag stops for the rest of the field. So he's going to be basically on the same pit sequence from here on out, but obviously going to be losing a ton of positions once again. Who knows if he's even going to be able to stay on the lead lap from this point to the end of the race. Well, you're watching NASCAR 21 Ignition Career Mode on the channel. Some repairs are being made to the 48 car. When we come back, we'll see just what position he will be running in. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just past halfway at lap 40, considering that Schneider is one lap down on the left front tire twice in this race, for those of you wondering. And also got to throw into effect here what is going to happen here for the 48. It's a little bit of a fuel situation, having to make not only one but two unscheduled stops, but total he has made 3 stops in this race. Scheduled distance is 3 to 4 stops. If the field has to make a 4th stop at the very end, They've been pitting roughly about every 20 laps, maybe, or 15 laps roughly, which is scheduled to be a 4-stop race. Although the 48 of Schneider pit at lap 32, coming to lap 33 for his last stop, is there a possibility that he can actually make it on just one more? He's going to try to stretch the fuel window out. He made it 17, 18 laps on the only real full fuel run he tried to make, and we don't know exactly how far they can go because they didn't want to risk running out of gas. So he's going to be pushing for every position he can, but even though he scored 29th right now, cycled in 31st, when he came out of the pit lane, he's passed a couple cars. Everybody's just so spaced apart right here. How much time can he gain if he has to make only one more stop versus everybody else making 2 to the end? I would assume between that and the fact that he has a top 5 race car, again, qualified 5th, that I think it's reasonable that he could definitely get inside the top 20, maybe top 15 in a race where we have made it past halfway, just like we did in the Daytona 500, but if you are new to the channel or have missed the custom schedule season or the beginning of the career mode, I can tell you guys right now that as far as the points situation goes, or I should say not the point situation, but as far as just the situation goes of trying to get to the end of the race, we have not done that yet. So making it past halfway was the first accomplishment here. The main accomplishment, just get to the end of the race. Have not seen any glitches. We are still caution-free in this one, so we could end up having our first caution-free race of the season. A lot of the road courses are definitely going to have that capability of going caution-free. Pushing hard into the front stretch chicane. He's pushing hard really all the way around the racetrack. Big bounce off the turtle and off that curbing. Really just trying to do what he can. Really hard to tell if he's even closing in at all on the 9 of Chase Elliott. A little wide there for a brief moment. Gets into the S's. Actually hits his marks in that area of the racetrack pretty well. There's a lot of lap traffic in front of Elliott. Definitely know the 48 can finish on the lead lap. Who knows, man? He had a caution flag. Look at the speed in the 48 car. If he can be on the lead lap when it happens, it's going to be interesting. You know, the AI have been pitting every 15 laps roughly. I would imagine that they will be pitting here within a couple laps. They're at lap 42 for themselves, considering that Schneider is 1 lap down. So as we're at lap 42, what will happen here at the Daytona road course? We're going to attempt to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in this race today. As we get back to the start-finish line, of course. Haven't done it on a road course in this game before, so we'll hope for the best. Really deep into the braking zone that time for Schneider. Tell you what, if he tries to stretch his fuel run out as long as he possibly can as well, this is going to be really interesting, to say the least. Pushing really hard that time. Actually got the car to stick. Elliott's made a pass on a couple race cars. Eric Jones on the 43 being one of them. It looked like James Davidson might be the car in front of him. Actually, no, it's Chris Buescher, but both are for position for Schneider in the 48. Definitely messed it up that time. Into the cones. Drove it in way too early into the kink, and that kicked him out into the grass and into the cones there. So the cones don't pick up any damage in this game. Definitely lost some time, that is for certain. No mistake he's made with the alternating camera angle so far, though. Definitely costly, though, at the same time. Just up ahead, Chase Elliott making the pass, and look at how much time. He's about 2 seconds behind the 43 of Jones all of a sudden again. So, 2 mistakes on separate instances where Schneider has blown a left front tire. Excluding that, he has missed the front stretch chicane on 3 occasions. And he's missed the bus stop. Or sorry, total 3 occasions he has had a penalty to serve. On one of those occasions it was on the front stretch chicane, and then 2 of them were in the bus stop. Fine speed into the late braking. I believe Ryan Blaney's off to a poor run in this one in 26th as well, another driver. For qualifying fifth, this is going to be not so hot thing leaving the Daytona road course for Schneider if he can't come away with a decent finish. Close enough to draft the 43 of Eric Jones. Really hasn't been close enough to draft anybody in Oval 1 or 2. He has in 3 and 4 and into the tri-oval at times. But that has been pretty much about it. Really late in the braking down into the bus stop. Oh my goodness. That was borderline penalty. You can definitely say he is pushing this car as hard as he possibly can. Really good turn off the turtle that time. Looking to close on the 43 of Eric Jones.
Stay left.
Into the dash cam as he tries to outbrake the 43 car. They're checking up.
All right.
They checked up in front
Clear.
of Schneider. I don't know what happened with the 17 car. It may have been the 00 who actually did do the checking up there.
All right, hold your line. Still next to you.
They could not make the pass that time on Quint Houck. He definitely got into the back of the 17 of Busher pretty hard. Second time he's made contact with Busher in this race. Couple times into the back bumper. Busher may remember that going forward.
Clear.
Schneider trying to beat the 00 Quint Houck. Where will he be able to do it? Try to get back up onto the oval. All the way to the inside of Houck. He's going to go up and try to draft him. Now he's finally close enough to a car to try and do so. Oval 1 and 2, but as he is trying to draft Houck, lacking the straightaway speed all day, even before the damage, the 17 of Busher has a lot of drafting help coming in, and now the 48 is going to miss the bus stop. He's going to drive right through it. He's going to come to a complete stop, and he'll have to get going once again. So a very, very tough break for the 48 of Schneider. Here comes Daniel Suarez for position as well. Oh my goodness, he just drove right into the side of the 48 car. Had all the room in the world to the outside. They're going to get Suarez back, though, into the trial. into this in-car camera. Really working the wheel as much as he possibly can. Good first-person view. Schneider trying to get into it. And as high as 26th in this run. Surprised the leaders have not made another stop yet. That's almost kind of scary, Schneider, in the fact that they may be able to make it on just one more pit stop in this race. Schneider's hoping that is not the case. Gets 2 tires up into the grass before entering onto the curbing there. Suarez couldn't really capitalize a whole lot at Trackhouse number 99. See how good of a run Daniel Suarez is going to get this time. Schneider not going up the block right now. Now he will go up the block to 99 of Suarez. Suarez getting a good draft now into the backstretch chicane, into the bus stop. And man, oh man, the 43 just slides right through it again. Slid way, way through it. Suarez going to make the pass. That's twice now. He has locked the brakes up 2 laps in a row at least into the bus stop on the backstretch. It was costing him mightily, and now he's really got no car anywhere near him. Pushing those tires early in the run, definitely costing him late in the run. We can all agree on that. You're just physically seeing the slip. So good in the S's when he hits his marks perfectly in turn 1. It's just a great rhythm game, getting through those corners. We are getting down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Only 24 laps to go at the Daytona road course. And they're trying to get to the end of his first career race, as well as I'm just trying to get to the end of my first race ever on NASCAR 21 Ignition. As of recording this would be my 5th attempt. Under the curbing. Messed the handling of the car up that time. Schneider wanted to make sure he wasn't going to miss the bus stop this time, and he did not. Hugs the curbing, that is for certain, though. Had at least 2 tires on it on entry. Really late into the braking onto the bus stretch chicane. Great job getting through that set of corners. Ooh, if anybody is out of this race yet. That's the only time we're going to alternate through the different camera angles in the race today. In the kink, knocked him a little wide. Man, oh man, that really messed up the international horseshoe out into the grass. The 48 as he tries to get back up over the curbing and onto the actual racing surface. Just shocked that everybody has not made their third pit stop in the race yet. They're on lap 48, coming to lap 49 this time by, and a lot of the field still has to make their third stop. Schneider has already made his third stop. Look at Elliott going to outbrake Schneider into the bus stop.
Clear.
And Schneider gets into the back of his teammate a little bit there as well. Fortunate slowdown. They carried a lot of speed in there. That is the 48. I think Elliott might have kissed the wall that time there. You see green flag pit stops currently going on. Schneider getting some positions out of it. The car coming out of the pit lane yet. He's hustling into turn one, a little bit wider what he wanted to go. Trying to get their way up to speed into that U-turn. Can't tell who it is exactly. Tyler Reddick in the 8 car. Elliott going to go side by side into the kink. What a pass by Chase Elliott. And to strengthen his own Hendrick Chevrolet. Hard on the brake, but nothing but mush that time. For Schneider again. Slides into the grass. Wow, Chastain just drilled him. Schneider got back onto the track, but Chastain couldn't check up in time. Even though it was clear there for a brief moment. That will build up pretty quickly. The draft coming from the 42 and a little bit of help even behind him with the 17. Or sorry, the 14 rather. Briscoe big blocked by the 48. He was not clear on Chastain. A little payback. That might open the door up for the 14 to maybe make a pass. Not quite. 42, Chastain stays in front. Actually, Chastain has scored in 4th place right now, so he is one of the drivers that was actually in the top 3. He's slowly pulling away. 14 car, he's obviously got pressure tires after pitting as well compared to the 48. A little more contact. Not a good spot for Chastain to try and push the issue, and he almost turned Schneider. That would have been terrible if he did. Pulls him into the tri-oval. Trying to create a little bit of separation at least. Going a little wide though into turn 1. He's not getting on the brakes soon enough. Another trip going wide. Chastain gets by. Briscoe gets by for position. This goes to show you have to have an absolutely clean race. And a few minor rookie mistakes for Schneider and a couple major ones as well. Even if he pits one stop less, it's going to be tough for him just to get a top 20 at this point. We trust he can make it on 4 stops, which again will be equal compared to everybody else, but having to repair some significant damage on 2 occasions with the flat tire definitely does not help. Schneider pit at lap 32, coming to lap 33. Added 17 to 18 laps on the first run. And this run currently he's right at about that 16 to 17 lap mark. Probably gonna have to go one lap further each run than what he did than he did his longest run of the race. Power slide into turn 1. Worked out for him. He's up to 26. A couple other cars were in the pit lane as Johnson crossed through the tri-oval again. And we do know the 48 will have to pit one more, but likely will the rest of the field as well, especially with just over 20 to go and then making that stop. Longest they've really gone on fuel was about 18, 19 laps himself, so I just don't see that happening even for these lap cars right now. I just don't see him making it. The leaders are definitely going to have to pit another time. Major question though is, will Schneider end up having to pit? The good news is though, if he finishes a lap down, one less lap he actually has to run to the end of the race, and that could end up helping him out quite significantly. We'll get some more DNFs here before the end of the race. You never know, that could happen as well. Still have not seen a glitch. I'm shocked that I've seen a glitch in this race. Best here. Oh my goodness. Well, that wasn't realistic. I don't think we blew a tire, but pretty significant damage on the 48 of Schneider. Oh my goodness. However, I said we haven't had a glitch yet. We have a glitch right there, and it actually did cost maybe a chance at a position. It looks like it's going to cost the 48 one spot on the racetrack. Should be able to get back around
Got one right.
Joey Gase, and he does. But that definitely costed Schneider one spot. We got another car in the pits. Not sure who it is. Maybe another spot. Might have been a spot, I'm not sure. I don't believe it was. It was not a position. But he has lost quite a bit of time. Well, Byron did come out of the pit zone. He's only a few seconds ahead.
Should be low on fuel.
We got 20 to go currently. Big lockup by the 48. He's going to be in the wall. The third time he has blown a left front tire in that same corner today. And twice it was because he was on old tires and just couldn't push the car as hard as he was pushing it. Well, he's going to make his final stop now. Still going to have about 19 laps to go when he comes out of the pits. It'll be actually 18 considering he's a lap down. That is now the third time he has blown a left front tire in this race. Very unfortunate. Only knocking more and more speed out of the race car as well. Every time he compacts the wall, again, that is the fourth time today he has actually got it into the wall. And he is going to miss the chicane again, but he's got a flat tire. I'm not going to count that against me necessarily. I know I should, but I should probably end up counting this against me too, but I mean, we had a flat left front. I wasn't going to make it through the corner anyway. Try to make it into this front stretch chicane though, as much as I can. It's probably not going to want to turn back to the right. Nope. Just enough to hit the curbing though. Not even going to, nope. Thought about repairing damage there and then I just decided not to. Trying to save every position possible. This will be the final stop of the race, maybe a lap or two earlier compared to what Schneider wanted. Hopefully he can go 18 laps in the final run. About 17 to 18 on that one right there, but he's gonna have to push this fuel limit about a lap further than any other run he has tried today. with being a lap down. He'll be 18th. Scored in 38th. After that final stop. Oh, just realized I can't enter onto the track right there. Now Schneider can enter the racetrack. Had to take the excess road. That cost him a little bit, having to brake and get back onto the excess road.
All right, hold your line.
Taking it into the grass, and that cost him 2 more positions. So it looks like he's going to be in last place, right behind David Reagan. He's obviously got fresher tires, so he'll try to take advantage early into the run.
Clear, clear, clear.
But the damage is just not allowing him to turn at all. Well, they have to pit, but he's going to have to really push the issue here if he's going to want a chance to get a career best in just his second start. Which, I mean, I guess he did only have to finish 34th. He doesn't have to gain that much time. But he was already lacking straightaway speed before. Obviously, down on power with all the damage. 4 hits into the wall today, 3 of which blowing a tire. So, and all the blown tires have been on that left front. So the car is going to really struggle turning to the right. Was that problem he had in the International Horseshoe, which is a right-handed turn. Aggressive, hugging the turtle. No longer in the last place position. Surprised nobody's out of the race yet. Maybe that's why we haven't had a game glitch from the AI. We did have a game glitch once on us for flipping after hitting the curb. One of the turtles, I should say, in the bus stop. That was unrealistic, and we flipped probably a good 7-8 times, locking the brakes up way too high. And it looks like Schneider's going to be right back to last place again. Give up all that time he gained that last lap on fresh tires. Fourth time he's gone off track without hitting the wall. He's gone off the track and hit the wall 4 times himself as well. That's not even counting the 4 penalties he's had today. Makes contact with David Reagan, trying to get back up onto the racetrack.
Clear.
Bump to the back of the 36.
Car right.
Made a lot of damage on the 48. Got to make sure not to DNF.
Got one right.
Making contact, trying to side draft. Not going to happen. He'll pull in line behind him. Schneider knows he's faster, but situation where it's looking very good for him there either. Oh my goodness. Somehow kept it off the wall. After that pop off the turtle. The first one knocked me into the second one. First one was major, but was somewhat realistic. The second one was absolutely not. I mean, it could spin you out, but not like that. Not popping all 4 tires off the ground and probably in the air for... I mean, you could get all 4 tires off the ground and spin out, but not that egregiously. Even further now behind David Reagan. Well, we'll take another break. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. You're watching the Daytona Road Course live on KRC. So we are back late in the going right now. We either have 5 or 6 laps to go. Not sure if Schneider is 1 or 2 laps down. Again, we have not had a caution yet today, and we can't really tell on the leaderboard in this game exactly where we're at in comparison to the leader, but Got the 5th place car, Kevin Harvick, behind us, so we're even barely 2 laps down, but we are 1 lap down. We are in the middle of green flag pit stops right now, which is why Schneider has gotten back up to the 26th position. Again, he should be able to make it to the end of this race from when he pitted, even on another unscheduled stop. Still looks like it's just the timing of the stops is a little different. Obviously, the time to get to pit road with the flat tires he's had on 3 occasions today, and then of course the not only that, but repairing the damage, and that extra time on pit road has definitely cost him a 48. Any sort of shot at a top 10. Maybe the hopes of a top 20 are still alive. We'll have to wait and see in these closing laps when the checker flag flies. The sun is setting quite a bit right now. The front stretch is actually covered in the shade. It seemed like it was pretty drastic. It wasn't like it was like throughout the course of the race it's gotten darker. I felt like the last couple laps the sun has gone down extremely, which it's not very gradual with this game in the full race. So of course it's the first time we've actually gotten to the end of the race. Sun is definitely starting to glare a little more off turn 4. Harvick making the dive, contact into the front stretch chicane now between Harvick and Schneider. Harvick got him initially, Schneider crosses him back over. Even with a little bit of contact. Track temp's cooling though, that's going to help this 48 car maybe turn a little bit because he is on pretty old tires. Granted, the rest of the field is on a little bit older tires than the drivers who have not pit yet. Should be a career best for Schneider, barring a big mistake here late. Hopefully he does not have to make another unscheduled stop in this race. Then he would end up hitting 1 extra. That would hurt him even more than any of the other unscheduled stops he's already made in the race today. Track temp's cooling, definitely making it a little bit better. Suarez, next driver for position, not that far in front of him as the 48 goes really wide that time. His way back up onto the oval portion of the Daytona road course. Trying to push really hard, almost missed the bus stop again. That was very, very close. Should be able to get around Suarez once Daniel ends up pitting. I don't think Briscoe or Byron have pit yet either. Where the shade's at on the front stretch, it's almost kind of hard to see where the curbing is on the front stretch chicanes. Big bounce off of both turtles that time for the 48 of Schneider. We have just a few laps to go. Remember though, these other cars that are 1, potentially 2 laps down, be able to make it on 1 last stop with being a lap or 2 down. So maybe guys like Suarez won't pit. The race leader is either at lap 67 or lap 68 right now, so we have either 3 or 4 laps to go. We're not going to know until the leader takes the white flag exactly when the last lap will take place for us. Every point matters, especially in a season that's going to be as difficult as this one, but it is very well looking like Schneider is going to make it to the end of his first race of his career and just his 2nd career start. Daytona 500 being the only DNF right now, I don't think that's a bad thing at all, he said. Pushing hard. I kind of cut the chicane that time, but I made up for it with the game barrel rolling me in the front stretch chicane, so that's why I didn't come to a stop that time. I know you guys on the chat are probably like, oh, you just missed the chicane, but or the bus stop, but I'm well aware of it. We flipped for no reason earlier, just because of hitting one of the turtles in the bus stop, so I guess missing it was alright. I made up for it. I wasn't planning on doing that, but we definitely still lost way more time than what we gained. A couple more spots gained with Suarez and Bush are both coming into the pits that last lap. I wonder if anybody is going to cycle in front of the 48 enough for Schneider to maybe catch him. It's going to be tough because they're going to be on pressure tires. We'll have to see if they catch any slower lap vehicles in front of them. Man, almost into the cones there. It was really close. Wider off the kink than what he wanted to, still pushed it hard. He was up on the curbing, but on the brakes on the curbing with old tires, that car was definitely sliding around a lot more. Still hit that hairpin pretty nice before getting back up on the oval 1 and 2. Pushing hard still. To the bus stop. He feels if he gets a little bit of help, he might be able to gain a couple more spots ahead of him. To see how some of the slower cars pit. I've been more excited for a top 20 in my life. That if Schneider could get a top 20 in his second career start at Daytona today. NASCAR 21 ignition career mode, couple hops off the turtle. We're sliding around quite a bit more there. See anybody else in the pit lane. We have 2 laps to go right now, so Schneider is 1 lap down. He's not 2 laps down, he is 1 lap down. Power slide into turn 1. He didn't go wide at all. Actually, a really good corner. You see Briscoe up there, never mind. So I was thinking Briscoe might have hit already. I guess he must have just passed a couple cars. Almirola, of course, being one on the racetrack here. So we'll see if maybe Briscoe pits sometime soon. Wonder if anybody's going to end up running out of fuel on the last lap with virtually no cautions in this game. It's going to be kind of tough.
Clear. Give me one more good one here.
Yep, white flag in the air, 1 lap to go. I would assume Joey Logano still a leader. All 40 cars, as far as we know, still in this race. Could be wrong. We'll wait and see for the finishing results. Trying to get a loose of time right here. This is the worst area of the racetrack in oval 1 and 2, and down the back straightaway before having to get into the heavy braking zone in the bus stop. But he's going to have a little less than a lap and a half to try and maybe get a top 20. He's going to have to do it on speed from here on out. Go late into the bus stop, braking this time. I think the cooler track temps on older tires have really kind of helped him on this final run compared to every run prior to this. Just remember, he's going a lap longer on fuel than any other time throughout this race. And don't forget, Schneider can end up running out of gas too. But being a lap down will actually make it just as long as the last run was. So I guess he should be all right, you would think. He's coming in hot into that front stretch chicane, off the turtles, both of them. 1 car pits, that would be Cody Ware. Another pass was also made in the tri-oval on Eric Almirola. Schneider to 21st, and he's got the 20th place car. Briscoe right in front of him. Briscoe going to protect the bottom. Not a lot of room there. Schneider going a little bit wide into turn 1. Gets the power down to stay in front of the 10. Going to be it for position. It looks like it's up to Schneider and Briscoe battling for 20th. 2 rookies. Schneider trying to get around him clean.
Clear, clear, clear.
Most of the passes Schneider has made today have been pretty clean. Just the mistakes on his own has really been the issues, whether it's been old tires or not. David Reagan may get in the way here of the 14. Checkered flag is out. Race leader has just won the race. Caution free tonight at the Daytona Road Course. Big power slide before getting back up onto the oval. 48's going to lose some speed here. We'll see how much he can gain into the bus stop and then into the front stretch chicane to try and get a top 20 finish and get around that 14. Fellow rookie driver Chase Briscoe is going to have to hold off the 10 for a moment, it looks like, as well. Make sure that Almirola's not going to try to outbrake Schneider for 21st. Schneider into the heavy braking zone, doesn't want to miss. Oh, he hit his marks perfectly. And he gets into the back of the 14. That's going to launch the 14, though, back up onto oval 3 and 4. He's not quite close enough for Reagan to slow him off. That might have been the last chance. There's a hole, even bigger hole in the nose now for the 48. Here comes Almirola to the high side. Going to make it tough on Schneider. Schneider going to try to outbrake Almirola. He'll stay in front of him. Big slide. Powers through it. 14. Can't get back to the gas soon enough with the 36 in front of him. He caught him in a bad spot. Schneider will get a top 20 at the Daytona Road Course. I think he will take that. That is the first race we have finished on the NASCAR 21 Ignition gameplay. One lap down in 20th, though having 3 flat tires. You know, we pretty much shot ourselves in the foot. But still made it on 4 stops compared to the rest of the field. I think there were some drivers that made it on 3. I could be wrong, but I think some did make it on 3. 15-second margin of victory for Joey Logano. And I believe he led every lap of this race. He's going to be one to look out for on the road courses going forward. So, Joey Logano, your race winner at the Daytona Road Course. Denny Hamlin finishes 2nd. Chase Elliott 3rd. Ross Chastain 4th. Kyle Larson rounds out the top 5. Austin Dillon 6th. Kevin Harvick 7th. Kurt Busch 8th. Christopher Bell 9th. And Kyle Busch rounds out the top 10. We only had one driver DNF. That was BJ McLeod. Finished 38th. He must have been on the last lap because he still beat Brendan Gaughan and David Reagan, finishing in that 38th position. But that was the only driver who actually didn't make it across the start-finish line at the end of the day. We'll take a look at the point standings now. Well, we moved up a couple spots. We go from 34th to 31st. But we also go from only a couple points down to double digits up to 20 points to be exact on the race so far. And so we gained 3 points. See, we're on our way up. Just got to get into the top 30. We're very close. We only need to gain one more spot to get to the top 30 in points. We're actually not last of the Hendrick Motorsports drivers. Unfortunately, William Byron is in 32nd in points, so having an even worse start to the season. But we look ahead at the top of the board right now. Christopher Bell, again, won the Daytona 500. Joey Logano wins the Daytona Road Course. Those are the first 2 drivers locked into the playoffs. As far as the regular season standings go, it is a tie for the lead between Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell. Logano, who does have a race win, would actually be 11th in the regular season standings. He didn't have a great finish to the Daytona 500. Like, share, and subscribe, again, for more daily NASCAR content. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this premiere. Next race on the career mode will be at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I will see you guys next time.